What it do to the tube of you? Welcome to Debate Effects. I'm here with the Raid to the Bay and the Battle Kitty, and of course I am Toxic Taylor, and today we're going to be watching something that's a little old, but was beaten down my throat to review, and yeah, we got it, and it is something. I've seen a little bit of it. I watched the intro to it on the AP page, and it looks like it's going to be another three Muslims versus an atheist. What do you think? Yeah, no.
Oh man,
is this just criticism about?
What did you say? How did you promote this video, Battle Kitty? Like an idiot? What did you say to the people?
I said it's not fair that we did 3 shows in a row and Muslim. We did back-to-back nights, like night for 3 nights.
Oh, that's you know what? You are the best person. Did I ever tell you that you're the best person for this job, Matthew? The best Battle Kitty I've ever had going around advertising for my video.
Yes, because like I know it's not mean. We're not being mean to what they believe. We're being mean to the people because they don't make good arguments. We're not making fun of the religion. I'm not doing. I'm defending the people. I'm defending the guys. But I never make. You guys don't make fun of the religion. You never mean to the religion. You just critical of people making the argument and how they debate the things getting into debate.
What the fuck does that have to do with the price of milk?
Because Muslims are not supposed to get emotionally debate people, so that kind of gets. I'm back here helping you a little bit. Muslims, I know it's helpful, and also it helps people not be afraid of Islam because like we're being mean and Muslims like.
Okay, but what did you say that they were the most vulnerable demographic?
But because I
call them Muslim.
Mean to anybody.
Matthew,
let's look that up.
Vulnerable. Then why do they keep showing? Why do they keep showing up 3-1? But in every video we find, they're always more numerous than the atheists.
But they're just arguing the debate. They're arguing the points. They're not being mean to people. They don't call them names or anything.
Okay, well keep that in mind. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to show you this video. All right, this one it's a pretty interesting video because it tells a tale of a Battle Kitty whiskers and a shaky camera. So let's dive into this.
That's not me though. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait! I know.
Let's begin.
So they want to see the show. That's popular demand.
So are you an ex-Muslim?
Yeah, ex-Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Ex-Muslim. Hold on, wait. You're the guy that
What is going on?
I've seen it the other day. You were watching that other dude.
Who is running the camera?
Eating the Quran or something.
That's you. You're watching. You watch him eat the Quran.
Yeah. I was
and
there.
you were like, you did a video.
Ate the other pair of headphones.
Wow, man.
Are they using?
Think that there's a different way to?
Are they using the same fucking headset? Oh my god!
The Quran and ripping it and eating it, acting like complete hooligans.
Of course, I think there's a different way to represent these things. I mean, we can talk about what my motives are and what ex-Muslim motives are all day long. But of course, there is a different way to express your opinions. And to be very honest, I don't think there is any point in ripping up a Quran. I think it's a completely unnecessary.
So why did you do that?
It seemed like you were egging it on because like I understand you're ex-Muslim and you have your own faith. At the end of the day, everybody Muslims have their own faith. At the end of the day, but like it seems like you have like this.
The camera
against Muslims.
No,
like
I did
like
that
you're an ex-Muslim, but you represent
the camera work is shitty.
The reason it's X is like it should be in the past. Am I right? Like
why are they sharing fucking
for a very specific
the same
reason?
fucking headphones
on that show? For example, I explained very clearly why I was ripping up the Quran as I was doing it. So if people actually want to go there and see what I was saying, what I was saying,
what's the explanation? To ripping the Quran, like tell us here instead of going on to your tell us here, like
clearly they are.
I will explain to you.
They can hash out for a good quality mic.
So I am doing my ex-Muslim work, right? And there is a lot of back and forth between me and Muslims, and it's all going well. As it maybe should, I don't know. But recently, between me and Mojab,
this is not even. No. Sorry to cut you. It's not about Muhammad Hijab.
It is.
We don't even care about. We're not defending that at all. We're defending Islam and the Quran.
I know.
You know, you ripping up the Quran. It's like, what's your defense?
They sound mad as shit. You said this went sideways in the middle. It's going sideways from the rip.
You're disrespecting
Now,
millions. That's what I'm trying to say. You disrespect.
Okay, well, let me talk, but it has to do with this. The whole protest.
So no, it doesn't have to do with
ripping up.
They have nothing to
protest. It was an
an
act of protest.
Protest? What? You know how much people you're offending? You're offending so many people for no reason. Do you believe about like right and wrong?
Are you going to let me speak?
Like, do you believe
That is their favorite thing to fucking say. Hadithers say that shit all the time.
You think that what you did was right?
Here, hey, pause this real quick.
We can exchange.
Yeah, we're just asking.
I'm asking you a question. Like, do you?
All right, there are a few things wrong that I fucking see. They have been able to hash out for a good quality microphone, but these two dickheads are joined at the head. Matthew, nobody cares about the religion right now. What I am caring about is the quality and the production quality, looking like fucking shit in this video. That's what I'm ripping on. I'm roasting the production quality. All right. They could have at least turned their camera off for this fucking argument, this fucking debate, because this makes zero sense. They could have gotten themselves a couple of pair of headphones if they're going to hash out for a good fucking mic. If they can get nice looking haircuts like this, I mean, this guy's got a good looking haircut, and I'm pretty sure he pays a nice little penny for it.
When the Amazon tablet's on sale, you can get an 8-inch for like $50 when it's on sale.
Matthew, you're saying this is what you're defending?
It works good for. I use it for calls.
I find it to be nonsense. You're defending nonsense.
No, it works good for StreamYard too. An 8-inch Amazon Fire tablet is normally it's 80, but when it's on sale, it's 50. Like on special sales up here.
To share a headset like this, I swear I would never, ever in my entire life share my fucking headphones with another fucking person. Look at this shit. This is exactly what they're fucking using. I mean, not what they're exactly what they're using, but this is similar to what the fuck they're using. Look at this shit.
He got their heads close as fuck together. They have to sit within like fucking 2 feet of each other, and the motherfucking cameraman still get a whole fucking one of their heads in the picture.
The cameraman is clearly fucking doing shrooms.
What the fuck is going? Like, this is amazing. Amazing.
In like a month, Amazon has Prime Day. On a month, it'll be $50. The 8-inch will be $50. The 10-inch will be $100.
They shouldn't give a shit.
The 7-inch is not HD, but it'll be like $30.
Idolatry to say the book
but
itself.
it's not HD.
It's not to be disrespected.
When it's on sale, and only goes on Prime Day. It's like a month or two. It'll be like a summer Black Friday.
But you should care. You should care, Justin. You should care. You should care if somebody is burning your holy book. You know, you should be upset. I would be upset.
Yeah. The Prime Day on Amazon for the summer.
I don't blame them for being angry and upset. You know,
on the Amazon,
I don't.
It's called a fire tablet.
It's their holy book.
A fire tablet. I have a lot of them because they're so cheap. I use it for media. I can use it for calls.
Matthew.
I use it for
Matthew. Battle Kitty. I love you too. Shut the fuck up.
Headphones. I'm telling them how to get another tablet. They don't.
You tell them get another tablet. It's not going to help them.
They're using headphones because they only have one device.
It's not going to help.
Their device is not.
What is a tablet going to do? They need to get another pair of headphones. They need to have 2 separate headphones.
They only have one tablet.
If you're going to be fucking, and if you're going to have a cameraman that's going to fucking be fucking filming both of you, film both of you. Don't be doing this dumb shit. Don't do this dumb shit.
Like one you be upstairs in the bedroom, one you be downstairs in the living room, in the basement if you have a basement. Yeah, no, you can do it really easily.
If they're gonna show their fucking faces on camera, at least fucking show it. Like have some kind of what do you call it? Fucking competence about it. Get a competent cameraman.
If you see a problem,
you guys
help them when you see a problem. Say you know the answer. The answer helps. It always helps. You know the answer.
Matthew, why don't you reach out to these motherfuckers and try to help them out? Say, you guys need an extra set of earbuds.
No, you need an extra tablet. You don't necessarily need the
and
AirPods.
Possibly
the audio works on top. I don't have earbuds.
Possibly just a tripod to hold the camera instead of having a guy, because obviously the tripod could do a way better job.
Tablets have
this here.
All right,
I don't care. It's ink and paper. God's word doesn't gain a blemish from it. Should an atheist get mad at me for eating the God delusion? Come on, bro. It's another inconsistency. Well, see, here's the difference between the God delusion and a holy scripture. Holy scripture is a holy scripture. It's something that's supposed to be sacred to people who practice religion. The God delusion is just a book, for of one person's opinion about religion and the lack thereof of a creative creator. So that's not a holy scripture. It's not the Bible for atheists, and that's the problem.
I'm only.
I think he ripped it or some shit like that. This guy here with the still and shit. He ripped it. But I mean, Justin's here is trying to make a claim that you can't. This doesn't make sense.
Well, Justin thinks we're hiding our names every time we put a comment up too, man. That guy follows a lot of conspiracy theories out here.
Speaking of which, take that damn comment down. Stop leaving them up for like 5-10 minutes at a time. I want to see my beautiful face.
Well, our sole viewer, Justin, is the only one commenting here, and we got to be hospitable and share his fucking comments. The rest are just us and him.
Hey, I can take it.
Right? It's mainly because Matthew's such a fucking great fucking PR person.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matthew.
Everyone has to come.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah, everyone has to come. Only Justin's here because that's all you did. All you did was spread some fucking nuisance, some nonsense. Right?
Oh, Jimmy out
I mean, it's like it's a little bit negative, so people come and see it because everyone likes to make
that's a very good job. You did a good job, Battle Kitty. But you're going to do a good job shutting the fuck up while we watch the rest of this because it's not going to be. This is not Matthew's nonsense show. We gave you the privilege to spew your nonsense to everybody promoting the video.
But you understand why it was good that I promoted it.
Justin, I don't think.
Yes, we do. That's why Justin's the only person here.
No, but more people will come.
This is the only person here. Yeah. He literally has a problem with so he has a problem with the shitty production crew fucking having an issue with this guy ripping up the Quran.
People like to see
he's on this guy's side. I'm sitting here ripping on these douchebags, ripping up the Quran.
Yeah,
I'm upset with these douchebags having shitty production quality. And Battle Kitty, you're here defending them. You want to give them extra tablets. That's what this is all about.
That's right. I know.
Yeah, shut up, Battle Kitty.
Do we know?
So we're gonna play the video again.
Right. Yes.
If I hear the Battle Kitty one time talking over the video, he's going right back in this little Battle Kitty backstage.
No, it's not. It's not. He said
no talking over the people in the video. Okay, we're gonna watch the Apostate Battle Kitty whiskers against the whatever we can call that in the lower right. All right, my mother taught me better than to say words like that.
Do you think what you did was right though? Like, do you think that's right?
I think it was right. Yes.
You think ripping up the so
just because you disagree with a certain group of people, you're gonna believe in Islam as well.
No, we do not condone killing. We do not.
Do you think
if someone
the cameraman overshot them
changes their religion or anything, we don't condone killing.
I feel like the cameraman is crushing on this dude.
It's like you kill all humanity. That's how precious a life is in Islam.
But you are aware that according to Islam, as someone who leaves Islam and who openly says that he left Islam is supposed to be put to death. This is according to all Islamic jurisdictions.
No, we do not condone of killing anyone. You must have had a misunderstanding. Hold on, when you were Muslim, I feel like you must have had a misunderstanding. I feel like, and it's got to the point where you're ripping.
Have you not recently made a response video to me? And Ali Dawa even made a response video in which Ali Dawa clearly said
this isn't about Ali Dawa or Muhammad Hijab. This isn't about them.
It seems like it
has nothing. I don't care about Ali Dawa. I don't care about Muhammad Hijab. I'm talking about you. Why are you ripping up the Quran?
He mad. You know, this is like,
and you're eating the Quran.
It's like going to McDonald's.
And the fact that you're trying to
back somebody fucked up your meal and shit.
Like, come on, that's
he act like he stole his fucking wallet.
Disrespecting.
I don't know if I should.
Ali Dawa recently made a video in which
Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, you love them. No, we do not condone. We do not. No one. None of us condone.
So you do not condone that people should be put to death.
It's the motherfucking Quran, dog.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Human life is all of humanity.
You must have
looked that up.
You must have misunderstood.
Then why did you put Allahu Akbar under Ali Dawa's video?
Allahu Akbar means God is greatest.
Allahu Akbar means his video.
Allahu Akbar.
If you were, I should be killed.
Allahu Akbar means God is the greatest. It means God is ready. Did you forget that? Or no,
it depends. It depends, like the way you take it. Like Allah Akbar probably to you means some other crazy things because you probably see things in the media, and that's affecting your your small brain. But you have to understand it means if you look at it, it's called God.
I don't think both of you are above intelligent people. I could now sit here.
Wow, stop playing. I don't think it tells you either. You rip Quran.
Yeah, I have looked.
I could sit here and cause.
I have
so many different ways to
the production quality of this show.
It's not about Ali Dawah. It's not about Muhammad.
This is very childish. I didn't come here to insult you, and I don't.
I'm gonna say anyway.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with your points there. These guys are fucking losing their mind.
Letting me speak for 5 seconds.
Or speak.
Finally, the cameraman.
You're interrupting me. Whatever I said, I haven't.
I didn't. I never said A plus or nothing. I never said nothing.
They got a laptop. They're just staring.
Laptop, they don't have a stream from the damn laptop. What are they live on Instagram right now?
They are the laptop, and they're looking at a still of this guy. They might as well just flip their camera off.
They're looking at him on the fucking laptop. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening in this studio?
And his
what the
face.
fuck are you talking about?
Homie in the black, his face, he just looks like he could give less of a shit.
If someone said you believe in imprisoning children from Mexico and keeping them there and getting them now, and like, because you want to do things with Mexican children because you like Donald Trump, that's what it's like it's saying. Because the Mexican that's like that where that like the Mexican kids take them to prison and keep them there, the Mexican babies.
Oh, please.
Because you support that. Because that's
why are you?
They believe people that support Trump want to lock kids up in cages and keep them like animals and like some like they're slaves to the Republicans because they're the Mexican babies. Mm-hmm.
Who are the slaves to the Republicans?
The people, the Mexican babies that they don't let go back to their parents. They said we want to keep you and do things with you ourselves because we're the Americans and like. You're just dirty because you're Mexican, but the babies could be beautiful if we keep them and make them our own people. Because Americans think the Mexican
who the fuck is saying this, Matthew?
But
Matthew,
that's what you believe if you support.
Shut the fuck up, Matthew.
Support Donald Trump. It's like that.
Mm-hmm. No, the fuck it is not.
You believe in Donald Trump. So what do people say you believe because you believe in Donald Trump? Like what do people think of you because you believe in Donald Trump?
I don't think Matthew is taking his meds. That's probably why he's shaking. Matthew, you need to pop a couple of your pills. No, stop. That's not how Trump supporters think. Being a Trump supporter myself, and yeah, you are addressing me. I don't think that way about fucking Mexicans, illegal immigrants, or legal immigrants, or what have you. Not even just Mexicans. Anybody from any walk of life, from any edge of this fucking planet Earth that comes to the United States. I feel they are more than fucking welcome. And I've said this multiple times in the past. They are more than fucking welcome. They do have to go through the legal channels in order to come through here. But what the fuck are you talking about babies and shit?
That's why he was upset because he believes in Islam and you believe in Trump. That's you can say, okay.
Who is upset? Who is upset?
I demonstrated my point. I made you upset by saying what you believe.
No,
killing people because
I'm not upset. Who is upset?
On God's green, are we gonna have? Look at Matthew.
Oh my God,
Matthew. Okay, let's go back to. We have content for the show already.
Battle Kitty.
We don't need to create our own. We have others that have already done the dirty work for us.
Yes.
Okay, Matthew, Battle Kitty backstage time.
Okay. I'll be quiet. You can go on.
I thought that was I don't know why.
I thought your name was A+2.
Call yourself a prophet, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah. So as I was saying, I have a question. Why, like, why is it when someone leaves Islam, they end up putting like, everywhere in their bios and everywhere like, oh, ex-Muslim. They're always. It's like Islam is living rent free in their heads. Like,
will you let me explain that?
Yes, I will let you explain that.
How about this? Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes and I will explain it to you, okay?
And what the fuck is going on?
2 minutes for what?
I will explain to you why an expert.
He was frozen there the whole time.
He moves. He's alive. I thought it was like a picture.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You look at your phone.
I'm putting a timer.
Holy
It
shit.
can't be 2 minutes.
Look at these motherfuckers.
You know what? How about this? I know you
This
kind of
motherfucker is a
offered to be on our
ventriloquist.
podcast
Holy
and stuff like that,
shit.
and you were, I don't know, I feel like in a way, I feel like you know that we're not really knowledgeable. You say that, oh, you're not knowledgeable about Islam. You shouldn't be
This is where
saying
he's about
that
to
at all.
drop
You know what I'm
bars
saying?
on him. He's about to
We
drop
still
bars.
like, we're Muslim at the end of the day, but there's more scholars, there's Islam scholars, there's people who know, who are very knowledgeable, they go to school for it and they know. So we have a friend,
Ray
of
Ether
ours who's gonna come and talk to all of us and who's more knowledgeable about this. So come on in.
He's very educated, so like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on in.
Huh? He's
Very
a
educated.
Good, friend of ours.
Who's knowledgeable.
He's because I want him to like be able to like
Who is
He
this
knows-
going to join?
exchange like words with you as well.
He knows how to use a laptop.
Yo, where's he at? Where's he at?
They have a third earpiece for him.
In the meantime,
Hopefully.
if you want to talk about
Yeah.
your 2-minute timer thing,
And why they make it so open that they have left Islam and why they talk about Islam. Let me tell you this: there are many ex-Muslims in the world, including me. I grew up with Islam. I was extremely religious when I was a.
Unmute them. Unmute them. Unmute. Ask unmute. Ask unmute. No, not him.
oh, wait a minute.
Go. No, ask the bottom.
They like. I mean, they really cannot. They really cannot be this
Go on,
serious.
I'm sorry.
Right now.
Go on.
And
I
he's
was
just
very
like.
religious when I was a Muslim. I believe in Islam very firmly. I was
Until when?
What's your
Until when?
nationality, by the way? I just want to know your nationality.
Turkish. I was raised with it. My parents are very religious. I was in very religious environments, and after leaving Islam, like many other Muslims, like many other ex-Muslims, I was basically shunned, basically rejected by society. My situation is not very bad. I live in America freely right now. I have burned the bridges. I've come here. I'm free and I can do and say whatever I want. But it's not about me. It's about so many other people. In over 12 countries, it is officially punishable by death to leave Islam, and leaving Islam is today in 2020 officially punishable by death. In many other countries, it is forbidden. In many other countries, it's a social tool. People persecute and punish their kids and their loved ones, their known ones, for leaving Islam. So people live under persecution if they leave Islam. So your entire life is affected by Islam, and afterwards, if you decide not to believe in it, just because you don't believe in it, you are also followed and persecuted for that. So it is completely normal that somebody who leaves Islam, whose entire life was defined by the fears of Islam and by the introduction
And
of
they
Islam,
still can't get this
also,
motherfucker to join.
We have our friend here who's more I feel like he's way more.
Oh, they finally got it to
I will
work.
not talk
Holy
about
shit!
Muhammad's job is
He's
insulted.
really-
His
Like
insulted my
I
life.
would know this is a failing
No,
debate.
you've disrespected.
me?
No, you've disrespected.
No, I
What
do
happened? You
not-
ripped
I
up
do
our
not-
ass.
What is this?
not
Disrespect,
care.
and then
Mohammed
you
Hijab-
talk
Mohammed
about
Hijab is a
positive.
scumbag.
Relax.
Right?
This guy
It's
right
not
here
about
is
Muhammad
ready.
Hijab. No, it's
He's
not
ready
about
to
him.
knuckle up.
It's not about
He is
that.
like, bro, I'm about to knuckle up with you.
I've made an- I have made a debate. Shut the hell up. I have. You are scared. You are scared. Everybody, everybody. They made a debate offer to Mohammed Hijab.
You can hear us. You can hear
I
anyone.
love it. Here we go. Yes. Oh my god. What is this? This is like Jerry Springer. This is like watching Steve Wilkos and oh my, this is terrible. This is terrible. They are terrible. These guys,
This is
and I'm
how
talking
they
about
get
these
into
two
the-
dickheads down here at the bottom. They are fucking terrible.
Amber's debate on the worst fucking podcast in existence.
Yes, and I love how
Okay.
homie in the top here, in the top left, what is this, left or right, fucking just springs the fucking life out of fucking nowhere after being sitting still for like the longest time ever.
And what the fuck is? Hold on. What is this?
Oh, so this is their friend that they were talking
Is
about.
that? Are they?
He's got his arm around him. They've been sharing the same headphones for the longest time.
They're
probably butt lovers, right, Matt?
Are you saying that they're gay Muslims?
Maybe.
But you're not allowed to be gay in Islam.
Oh, you're not.
I don't think so.
Oh, that would make Islam, that would make Muslims homophobes, wouldn't it?
No, but maybe it's like a liberal Muslim. Or maybe they're just affectionate. They're being affectionate because it's gangster to be affectionate with friends like that.
Matthew, you're not making it any better.
Right. If I knew you, I'll put my hand around your shoulder.
I know. But we're both. You and I are both not in religions that do not accept homosexuals. So
no, we're not going to be homosexual. We're just going to be affectionate and like I kiss you on the cheek. Like in good religion, man can kiss another man on his cheek, and it's not gay because a man can, you can be affectionate. The reason gay is gay.
I mean, yeah, I understand that.
If you're not allowed to be gay, you can be affectionate with guys. If you're not gay,
the Romans used to do that all the time. That's why you see the Italians. They'd be like, "Oh, Luigi, oh, Mario," and they start kissing each other on the cheek and whatnot.
As long as there's no gay, then men can be affectionate with each other in like not gay ways. You can be affectionate, and it's not gay if there's no gay.
What's a not gay way for a man to be affectionate with another man?
Because you don't want your penis does not want to go inside his booty, and you don't want your booty does not want his penis to go inside yourself. So you just you put your arms around him because there's no inclination that it would be about a penis and an ass.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That explanation was amazing. Okay. Oh my god! Please.
You guys ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready, man.
These fucking look. These guys. They're fucking shocked that they finally got Mojab a job.
They got the Neil deGrasse Tyson of Muslims to go toe to toe with this ex-Muslim. Wonderful. I love it.
Oh, I made a debate over to Mohammed Hijab. Mohammed Hijab affected my debate.
I can't hear any of you on Zoom.
Unmute.
I'm mute on Zoom.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you?
Okay.
As well?
Mohammed,
come to Zencaster.
Mohammed Hijab is here.
We got the top on there. You format the damn camera.
Okay. Can you unmute your microphone?
They fixed it. Holy shit! They fixed their camera.
Look at they got the camera working. It is
They fucking fixed it. They fucking fixed it. Amazing. About fucking time. It took them 10 minutes, 18 seconds for them to do that shit.
Sports, like in wrestling, men are just wearing tighties and they always put their arms around other people's shoulders. Like I love
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah. On topic.
In wrestling, when you have a teammate, you're like almost.
I hope they let Muhammad speak also.
Put your arms around them because it's not gay.
Okay, no more Battle Kitty. Battle Kitty break. Battle Kitty break.
Okay.
Could do that, yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah. Now I haven't been paying attention to what you've been saying because I can't actually hear.
Yeah, so pretty much, as I was saying, we were telling him about his childish acts that he was doing, ripping the Quran and watching that guy eat the Quran, and he's trying to defend himself, but he just kept on mentioning your name, Ali Dawa's name, which I feel like is childish. It has nothing to do with Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dawa. This is about you disrespecting, the Quran. Like, what kind of? There's different ways to share your opinions.
Okay, I have to say something very quickly. You have Adam and Slim. You have invited me here today.
Yes,
acted as if you were very genuine people. Texted me and said,
here. You wanted to be on a podcast. We have someone who's
said that I would be talking here to
we are talking.
Way too much faith in these Adidas.
You didn't say anything
about
it. Very genuine.
They really brought him on this show. They tricked him. They're sneaky, man. They're fucking sneak thief little motherfuckers.
Very genuine people. with one headset.
They're always
Yo, I swear, I hope
Hadith-
they don't
They
do all
look
their
like
videos.
of
like
humble
this.
means, now don't
Listen,
they?
the real hadith is not a constant. The hadith always changes. Moment
There
to
are no
moment.
villains here,
It's like
mess.
you pause,
The
you think,
Hadithers,
how do I live
yeah,
this up?
the Hadithers
My
ask you to
girlfriend,
come
like,
on their
goes the same way.
podcast.
When you look at things, because you're supposed to be able to look at things, and God's supposed to show you in a God shows you in like a transcendent way about how to look at everything. That's like the hadith. It's like you feel it. It's not like a rule, but it changes moment to moment. That's why you would have a hadith to teach you. Like there's a feeling when you do things, and once you get the feeling, you like transcend hadith because you can feel the God moving you certain ways. Mm-hmm.
That's who you look like, Josh Hartnett.
Like the hadith teaches you, like it's supposed to teach you like the way God moves you, and it's the real hadith is not a constant. There's no constant to a real hadith, or like yeah, it's more than a Torah. It's like a hadith, like the way the prophet would, yeah, because he felt things moment to moment. But there's uniqueness in humanity. If it's about like how to brush your teeth, about how to treat your neighbor, like not even treat your neighbor, but like what kind of beverage to offer your neighbor when they come over, like it's a moment to moment thing. You feel certain things. Like you feel a hadith, like it's just to teach you that there's some kind of feeling when you get it right. It's like there's a law that's like a
Come
how
on,
to do
man.
things right law, how to do
Come
things
on, man.
transcendently law.
Get
How
that
do things-
shit on out. Let it on out.
and a lawful way. Law is not what not to do; it's how to do things in a beneficial way. Law is about how to do things.
All right, that was the fucking here. That's the here. All right, Matt.
Law is not what not to do; it's what to do.
Matthew, will
That's
you
like a
please
feel thing.
put your little
You feel
Battle Kitty? You want to go backstage?
No.
Okay, you're not the Hadith scholar here. No matter how many words you can force out on my audience.
So I'm saying that what the hadith is not the hadith, and in polytheism we have a real thing. It's like Jesus taught it a certain way, but like no one could get that. You know, it fell apart. There was like no thing to Jesus' thing after like 100 years. So we go back to the law, and we got to come back to the liberty. The liberty needs to come back. That's why I'm saying Islam needs a Jesus. There needs to be an Islamic Jesus. I want it to be. I asked Justin to do it. Abdul can do it. I like Abdul. I think he has a beautiful look. He can do it. Abdul can be the Islamic Jesus, or Justin can be the Islamic Jesus. Like I'm like the Islamic John the Baptist.
Homie over here with the glasses could be the
about that.
Islamic
I
Jesus.
know. I'm like the Islamic John the Baptist.
Well,
but
you
I'm-
said enough, you little motherfucker.
Yes,
You
please.
had enough to say. You're going backstage. No more. No more.
Don't worry.
No
Okay.
more.
I'm done with the Battle Kitty.
Okay.
That was your here and your
Okay, Battle
and.
Kitty, you can come back in a minute. We
Okay.
just need to. We need to
Yeah.
keep going.
Okay.
Don't be blowing kisses, bro.
You're not helping the audience. here.
I love you, Matt.
Okay, let's go back to this.
You wanna wait-
I
you
wouldn't
wanna
have
wait.
come here.
He helps us, brother.
If
He
you
helps us.
want
I'm
to,
sorry.
I would
we're
not. I would not have come here if Mohammed Hijab was here, because
Of
I
course.
made a
Why?
debate offer to Mohammed Hijab, which Mohammed
Well,
Hijab
we're
clearly
here right now.
rejected.
We're
here right now.
Afterwards, Mohammed Hijab told me to commit suicide. He harassed my
Listen,
wife.
don't be
He tried to
scared.
dox
We're on-
me.
we're on
He
here.
tried to
You-
dox me.
Ooh.
Talking about
I'm
your
right here
hadith.
right
He
now.
made
Look, if you
rape
have something to
threats.
say- if you have
He
something to
harassed
say about
people's
Islam,
family. He tried to dox
Look,
people.
listen. All
He
of that
also
is-
excused
is
Let him
people
talk, let him talk, let him
advocating
talk.
for my
Papers,
death
let him talk.
penalty,
Papers, let him
including
talk.
he also
Okay,
approved
look,
of
if you-
Ali Dawa
look,
insulting
let's
my
put all of the
3-year-old.
insults
He's
aside.
afraid.
Talk.
Inanimally whipping their ass.
One
Okay,
more
let
thing.
him
I
talk.
just want to say one thing before you. I mean, you can go if you want to. It's just gonna say something about your spirit here.
It will say something
Well,
about you.
look,
Everybody,
you go if
I
you
beg to
like.
give it about you right now. I made you a
Look,
debate
look,
of
look,
Mohammed
look,
Hijab.
Look,
You
we
ran
respected
away.
you and we
You
stopped
are
cutting
a
you off.
pussy.
Can you stop
You are
cutting off?
scared.
Yo,
Please,
can you stop
calm
cutting
down,
cutting off?
calm down.
One person at a time. One person at a time.
Yo, that's hilarious. This is a 2-hour video. This is hilarious.
It's gonna. I think it eventually stabilizes when these guys just get comfy together with their wide. What is
They're like,
going on?
are they Siamese twins? I'm trying to figure out this whole
They're
fucking
related.
dynamic they got going on. Yeah, like what the fuck is this? Are they cousins? Probably cousins and shit, you know, besties. This is ridiculous. They got two fucking head. Like, oh my god, oh my god. And then there's this extra, the bonus, the juicy bonus is these two dudes at the top beefing with each other. Homie over here with the burgundy don't want to fucking debate homie in the black because he's a fucking prick, and I'm talking about homie in the burgundy is you're doxing motherfuckers, you're threatening their family, talking about raping their fucking wife. What kind of fucking weirdo does that? You're a prick.
Up together on the couch. Meanwhile, these apologists, these young Muslim apologists down here. Hadithers.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, they're definitely hadithers. Yeah,
hadithers.
Little posers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know. They don't know what they're.
Battle Kitty, you have 3 minutes to speak.
Oh, give them less than that.
Yeah, less than that. You have 1 comment for this video, for what you're saying here.
That was it. That was the comment.
You can say one thing about this Battle Kitty.
I don't have a thought right now. I'm thinking about like someone saying how I'm gonna do things. When I'm banging Hades all the time. There's a lot of liberty. I love liberty more than anything else. Liberty and allowance has been the foundation for what I love God for. Like I get like a pleasure for no reason, uncaused pleasure.
Okay.
Just honest.
Listen.
I came here in good faith.
Just honest.
Say nothing.
I came here in good faith.
Listen, with all due respect, I mean, what we can do now.
I have no. Don't speak to me about. Don't
Okay,
speak to me
no
about
problem.
Will you take back what you have said? Will you have taken back everything that you have said? I will not listen to you. Will you take back everything that you have said?
Give me a chance to speak. All I'm saying now, putting all of the hostilities and the toxicities to the side.
I will not put it aside.
Oh well, if you can't manage that, right? If you can't manage that, then you can't manage freedom of speech.
that has nothing to do with
manage freedom of speech.
That is not how freedom of speech works.
You're okay to eat up and laugh at it and rip it up, but when
you have no understanding of philosophy, that is not everybody. That is not what freedom of speech is about. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is about the fact that I can say something.
I'm not being insulting to you right now. Yeah,
you have been insulting enough.
Listen. Sorry, please. You're a person who refutes Islam intellectually. That's at least the claim that you make. All I'm doing now, we're people that have much bigger platforms than you. We're giving you a chance, okay, as an unqualified person as you are, to actually make a case.
This is your chance. You come on the fucking podcast with fucking amateur vloggers, Instagram.
Right. That's what they look like. Looks like they peeled them out of a TikTok video. What the fuck?
I want to say
they should be doing vines.
Like
viners. That's what they are. They're viners.
Second is not caring. It goes understanding, not caring, and then below that, like don't do things to try to get like random things that you don't understand. Like you think it's gonna accomplish something.
This is a perfect. Being generous here.
I was hitting like, hit that one.
He's like,
they was doing things right.
I let this little motherfucker talk over the video and shit sometimes, to a degree. We put Matthew on live. That's considered generosity.
Yeah,
we put Matthew on the internet. These guys consider generosity having a fucking guy on the shittiest podcast ever and then ambushed by Muhammad Mojab. Right? This is their chance in Hadith land. AP, this is your fucking chance to be the man on a bigger platform.
Not caring is good.
Right, you two guys, be the man in front of the sharing today. The zombie followers.
Two guys sharing a fucking headset from fucking Family Dollar and shit.
If you get results from not understanding, that's witchcraft. If you get results from not understanding, that's witchcraft. You do things that you don't understand, that's witchcraft. You get results. You do a lot of things that you just don't care. It's like fine. So okay, that's fine. I don't care. It's good in the way that I don't care. I can do it as easy. It's easy to do that. It feels this way. Okay, that's easy. You don't care. But understanding is above all things. Understanding is above all
you said he had one comment, dog. This is not one comment. This is beyond a comment. I love you, Matt.
Don't tell me about giving people platforms.
Please. We're giving you a chance. No, I'm gonna say this.
You have made your name by attacking people. Don't talk about.
Just for a second. Stop being emotional. Be calm. All we're saying is, look, if you have a case against Islam, all I want to hear now is your strongest
Yeah,
argument.
this is your chance, Safety.
Say your strongest argument. We're saying
Say
say
your
your
strongest
strongest
argument
argument.
against Islam. I'm happy to
I,
hear
I,
it.
will, I,
Yeah.
will, I will not talk to you. I would.
You have
I-
an
I-
argument.
talk
I want
to
to
me.
listen.
Mohammed
You have
Hijab,
to,
Talk
look,
to me.
you are
Mohammed
talking to
Hijab.
me. Yeah.
Mohammed
You
Hijab.
have to talk. Look, you are talking to me. You have an opportunity now to speak in front of
Mohammed
millions of
Hijab,
Muslims.
I have made you an offer in which
Listen,
we were
the offer
Didn't you say
going
you
to
would love
talk
to talk
about
to him?
the
Okay,
benefit of that.
You have
No,
a chance. The floor
you
is yours.
don't. You don't.
Million-
You don't just make an offer to debate Muslims. They have to be poised in a position where you're completely flustered, where you're distracted by the monstrosity going on down at the bottom. The phantom guest. So there's 3 of them there, right? So they can all white knight each other, and then you can make your case against. What did he want? An intellectual case against Islam?
Yeah. So they're upset that this guy fucking ripped up the Quran and watched some
And
other
ate
guy
it.
fucking eat it.
Yeah,
Like,
someone
I
ate it.
mean, like Justin was saying, yes, you know, it's a book, and I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. It's just a fucking book. I don't know why in the world they are fucking getting pissy about it. They need to chill the fuck out, especially this dude over here on the sofa that likes to dox people, threaten that he's gonna rape someone's wife and all this extra shit. You know, he even said he didn't even deny making those claims. He didn't even deny those claims that AP made against him. He didn't deny them. He said, okay, I will denounce it. And that's in the video. So yeah, this guy here, Mohammed Hijab, he's a scumbag.
When
He wants the same thing I was asking you guys last night. What, a debate? You weren't debating us. You just came on there with us.
When you meditate on the law on your belly for an hour,
He wants you to believe that you can go be in the presence of something without a presence, and that's not logically contradictory, like we pointed out. He wants me to look past. He wants another. Okay, that's one. Let's go for another logical contradiction against Islam.
It's easy to do it in the eyes of God. For
That's just one of them. I don't know. He wants more.
Yeah,
be like this for an hour. It's not easy. That's what the Bible says.
I will think of. I tell you what. I'll think of all the logical contradictions of Islam and write a book about them, Justin. And then I'm gonna send you that book.
Yeah,
If Allah is
not present, how does he keep the sky from falling down on us, like the Quran says? He doesn't. He can't even be.
I know.
He's not present. So how can he hold it? How can he hold the sky from falling down?
If it's easy, do it. If it's not easy, don't do it.
Yeah, no, it's not easy to hold the sky from falling down, especially if you don't have any parts to do it with.
If it's not easy to do it easy, do it hard. Do the hard ways. If it's not easy,
Have we not been hit by a meteor yet?
Oh, that's right. We got to learn philosophy. We gotta figure out, like, well, you know, it could. You know, what could hold the sky from falling down is gravity. The atmosphere is holding the sky. Let's ponder this for a minute. There's the a priori. Well, maybe we have to go see if the sky is being physically held in the atmosphere. Well, maybe we can rationalize how the sky is being held in the atmosphere.
Justin, have you
is the sky a thing that can be held somewhere?
Have you learned philosophy 101 yet? Do you have a degree in philosophy?
Yeah, the degree of Facebook live chats.
Right? I want to see this man's fucking
Facebook
degree in
live
philosophy.
chat university.
Talking that extra bullshit. People
so
need to
easy.
learn and all this other shit.
Degree of
Yeah.
God is holding the sky up according to the Quran. He's holding the sky from crashing down upon us.
The great amateur debater coming in here talking about we need to learn some philosophy and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You need a philosophy. You need a PhD in philosophy to understand how God holds the sky in place so it doesn't come crashing down on us like the fucking Quran says.
If it's
You need to learn. No, let's go over this real quick. There are 3 things we need to do to figure this fucking out, folks. We need to learn Arabic to the fucking T. Every olive, every Zion, Rain, all that shit. You need to know every single fucking letter, dot every single letter. You need a master's in philosophy. You need to know Plato, Lao Tzu, Socrates, all that shit. Then you can look at the Quran and say, here's a verse that says guys holding the fucking sky for falling down on us. Then you can make an intellectual case against Islam. But until that's done, you can go home and hit the fucking Facebook Messenger live calls and learn something about philosophy.
You're talking to me?
So let's go back to our video. No Battle Kitty for you. No Battle Kitty.
I want to say I'm
people, this is your chance. This is your chance. What we're saying is
made you one offer.
Oh my God!
In front of millions of
you have
people.
refused.
Listen,
no.
Put the offer to the side for now.
This is not how we do this. This is not how we do this.
You said you would love to talk.
Don't be scared. You seem jittery. Don't be jittery. Don't be scared.
Shut the hell up. This is not about
calm
being
Don't be jittery.
Stop being so damn condescending. Okay?
Jittery. I'm using that word from now on. I'm jittery. I love it.
I'm gonna talk. You know what I feel like? I feel like you're trying to take advantage of me and Slim because we're not knowledgeable. Muhammad Hijab is a friend of ours. He's a friend of ours. He is very educated. He is inspiring. Why are you taking off your headphones? Put your headphones on. Can you hear us?
Let me speak.
All right, speak, please do.
Let's speak.
You don't need headphones, apparently. Why are you taking your headphones off? I don't fucking need them, dog.
We're letting you speak. Go ahead.
Number one, let me speak. Number one, I made an offer to Mohammed Hijab, which was very clear in the very beginning, which was that we are going to have an online debate. That is the fairest discourse that you could possibly imagine.
Look.
No, this is not about. This is not about. This is no time out. This is not about fairness.
This is the fairest offer that you could possibly offer in the world. To have
cousin. You're hogging the mic.
Because you are not letting me talk. Do you see the difference? The difference between a debate would be that I would have 20 minutes to talk. Mohammed Hijab would have 22 minutes to talk. It would be in nobody's control. Nobody could interrupt anybody. And we could talk. No, I'm not going to talk about you on your platform. Number two.
You're about to fringe each other.
I have offered you a very clear choice.
It looked like he was reaching over to give him a hand.
And talk to Ali Dawa and YouTube
it seems like
about our religious beliefs.
He said
did I do that or did I not?
Look, can I say something? Can I respond?
Muhammad,
yeah, look. All I'm saying
here,
is
in honor of this video, in honor of their camera skills
aside for the debate. Look, we're here and now. People on your side and my side, they want to hear an engagement. If you want to speak, with all due respect, we don't like each other. That's fine. You can put that to the side. You're here in front of a fresh new audience of Muslim people. All right, we're giving you a chance as someone who is a critic of Islam, a polemic against Islam, to produce your strongest argument. Now, what I'm going to say is this: look, I'm happy to stay quiet for as long as you want me to stay quiet. Right now, if you say, "Look, stay quiet for 5 minutes, stay quiet for 10 minutes," I will be muted for that time. Okay, and then I'll have the same time to. Yeah, I can't see what's going on.
What's that say?
What's going on here?
Yeah, pause that real quick.
Hold on, let's see what it says. Let's see what it says on the screen there.
When these anti-Muslim attention whore Islamophobes need to get on their knees in intellectual submission before they are whipped by freedom of speech by the Twitter Muslims, and they reluctantly open their mouth in protestation to find that they've been defiled by truth.
What's that one?
Mrs. Muslim, Faye.
This is Apostate.
Suspended for drawing a cartoon and hurting the feelings of a 7th century pedophile, rapist, murderer, cult leader, warlord. Please don't silence the persecuted minority. I think those are comments from the.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so homie's wife. Oh, so homie's wife made a
tweet
cartoon. Or yeah, she drew a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad, and this guy, Muhammad Hijab, got mad.
Now, let's have our conversation now.
No, should we pull up your tweets? We're gonna pull up your tweets here. You want to pull up tweets? Let's pull up your childish tweets and the stuff.
You're just running. You are making rape implications about my wife. You are making rape threats about my wife.
That's not about your wife.
You're making rape implications
not
about
your
my
wife.
wife.
And that's aside the point. It doesn't say your wife anywhere there. It says
you are
the-
making rape implications
We are
about my
talking
wife,
about-
and you are
That's nothing to do
seriously
with your wife. That has
and you are
nothing to do with your wife.
seriously
And it's not
expecting
you
me.
were not
there, my friend.
Muhammad Hijab.
Look,
said
you have a chance.
Muhammad
to
Hijab,
engage
what
with
would happen if
Where
I
does it
insulted
say
your wife
wife?
sexually?
Where does it say your wife there?
Right here, this is my wife.
No, that
What-
doesn't say when these Islamophobes. That's these is
What
a pronoun
would
for
happen?
what?
What
For a
would happen
woman?
if I insulted your wife?
You can do it. It's freedom of speech. You can do that if you like.
Yeah,
You insult my
would it be? Is it freedom
No,
of
no,
speech?
it is. You insult my prophet. You eat the Quran. You rip it up.
How,
I mean,
how about Ali Dawa telling me that
why
are you
I
so
should?
sensitive?
my friend. Your
How about Ali
wife,
Dawa telling me that I should have sex
How about
for
this?
your
Wow.
your wife
How
is
The
about
a
one answer,
figure.
man.
Your wife
Her
is
deep.
online.
Wow.
Her
He
deep.
said
your definition is
he straight up told his wife that his wife
She has
need to
an
get on her
Instagram
fucking
profile.
knees for making that cartoon.
where
That's
people
terrible.
know her just by her name.
Why is it
my
that
wife
freedom
is
of
not a public
speech is
figure.
only applicable when
That
it's
is not what freedom of speech is about. Freedom
Exactly,
of speech
exactly.
means
why can you rip up the Quran?
And-
Why can you eat the
Okay.
Quran? But then when we come back, right, and do something against a public figure, which you might find distasteful, you're now panicking and having an anxiety attack.
Say again.
Mohammed Hijab.
Why has the cat?
Oh no, yeah,
You
man.
are an intellectual.
Why has the cat got your
Turning
You
up.
are an intellectual.
Why
Why
has
are you insulting him? Why are you insulting him? Why don't you
Don't
produce your
talk-
strongest argument against Islam?
Are you
This is the debate.
stupid? Are you stupid? The guy is sitting there.
Our
insulting
double
you. You're responding-
moderator team is.
He's not insulting him.
This is
Yeah.
these are the mods. These are the moderators out here. This is the debate going
Listen,
on.
Look, don't worry about insults.
This is a
Muhammad
debate.
Hijab is gonna be the one. He's gonna stay quiet for 5 minutes. He didn't say nothing about the two jokers down at the bottom. At
Right.
least they figured at least they got the camera situation in order.
You don't know anything about it. Freedom of speech.
You have
is
any-
not- that is not what
man.
freedom of speech is.
One of those, by the way, is in political philosophy, which is about freedom of speech.
By bearded
What are your
Islamists, that's
degrees?
where you got your philosophy
What are
degrees.
your
probably.
degrees?
He got a political
What are your
philosophy
degrees?
degree,
It
I've
doesn't
been
matter
in
to you.
the-
and
It
it's
doesn't
on freedom of speech.
matter to you. You don't. It doesn't
You
matter
that,
to you.
man.
We should have brought
It doesn't
Justin
matter to
on.
you. You
You
don't have a basic understanding of freedom of speech.
You do not have the authority to tell me what you think freedom of speech is. I have actually written books on liberalism.
I don't care.
How
If
many
you,
books-
Well, hold on, Muhammad. You don't have the authority either.
Doing them, they didn't tell me that I was wrong about my understandings of freedom of speech.
okay, can you tell me this then?
Yeah.
According to you, does freedom of speech mean that you can say whatever you want and nobody should get angry about it?
Well, according to liberal philosophers like John Stuart Mill, in his book on utilitarianism and other books like On Liberty and so on, freedom of speech is only curtailed by the harm principle. And for him, the harm principle entailed physical harm. There were some things that he mentioned in his book that he saw was distasteful, right? So, for example, people having sexual intercourse, he said things that affect the sensibilities of people. So, for example, people having sexual intercourse on the roadsides, John Stuart Mill saw that as something which is unethical. But in terms of me insulting, the freedom to insult is not something which is censored by freedom of speech advocates, including those philosophical founding fathers. Now, my point is this: it's very happy days for you when you come up and rip the Quran and eat it and spit it out. It's freedom of speech. But when hold on. But when I don't, within the scope of the law, because to this day there's no police officer that has contacted me, and believe you me, there is no court injunction against me. All the things that I've said on Twitter are by law, UK law and US law, absolutely within the full scope of the law. And I'm waiting for a court order. I'm waiting for an injunction.
Right,
to
you
prove me
know,
otherwise.
I gotta agree
There's
with this
nothing within
motherfucker on that.
the spirit or letter of the law, nor
Was
there
that my
is
question?
within the parameters. of
Wasn't
freedom of
wrong.
speech as
I've
per
read that
legal
tweet.
ethics. That stopped me from
I'm
insulting
just
you and
saying.
your wife, who has a public figure platform, attacking Islam and calling the Prophet of Islam all kinds of names.
Was that my question?
If you can't handle, if you cannot handle, the freedom of speech when it comes back at you, do not try and give it to people, a community of people, by eating.
So what's the
spitting out
answer to the
Quran,
question? Is
laughing
he
at the
saying
Quran,
yes, it's
and
okay
so on and so
to
forth?
insult the prophet,
Because
or
that
no?
would imply that you are a person of weakness.
No, he's trying to toss
Was
it
that my
back
question?
He's trying to toss his argument back
Oh,
into his
that
face, though.
that answers your
And
question.
I agree with him
Was
in
that
this
my question?
respect.
Do you really?
But I mean, really, bro, you shouldn't be going around threatening this dude.
Really, my question.
Talking about
my
his
question,
wife
my
getting
question
on
was,
her
I don't
knees.
think he's saying that. I think he's saying
does
that.
freedom of speech mean that you can say whatever you want and no one can be angered about it?
No, not whatever you want. There are laws of libel. There are laws of defamation. There are laws of copyright.
That's not the point.
Laws. So there are,
he's asking a rhetorical question.
Can be angry about it. About what you say.
We're angry about you eating and spitting out the Quran, and you're
yes,
of course you can.
I mean, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to play by the rules,
well, that was not what my question was about, because you are making it look like
we can be angry.
You are making it look like I have no right to be angry and to refuse to talk to you because you insulted. Because you
mind has got nothing to do.
You want to debate him, though. You offered to debate him, and then when you have the opportunity to debate him, get in your face.
Is irrelevant. Your anger, the truth doesn't care about your anger.
Everybody, do you see this? This is exactly why I'm not wanting to have this conversation.
Why?
I'm here trying to give you a response, and you haven't even let me talk.
Go ahead.
But come on, man. You never.
You will genuinely
about is responding.
Go ahead.
Come on. Go ahead.
There's no reason to implicate this
Okay,
man's
I will
wife
do this in my upcoming video about you.
and all that. You wanted to throw
I think
back at him.
you think you can evade that, but I have a video upcoming about you in which I will demonstrate.
Yo, this is not about Muhammad Hijab. This isn't about Ali Dawa or anybody. I don't know if you're eating the Quran and talking about urinating on the Quran on your Twitter. Like,
is this worse? Is this worse than telling people that they should be put to death? For
this guy, no, we don't condone
this. Complaining about insulting, and then you're doing something.
Is that a page from the Quran?
Oh
my God!
When you do it right, sometimes I put the Quran in.
I'm getting asthma from that.
He did it.
Wow.
Look at their faces now.
AP gives no fucks. He gives no shits. Yeah. What Justin was saying, Hijab did go too far with that comment. I mean, I don't feel it. I felt like it was kind of tame, but like at the end of the day, you know, come on now, like, bruh, that is his wife and shit. Like, she drew a cartoon. This nigga wants to eat the Quran. He ate the Quran. He didn't offend you per se, personally, but you got upset. You took it personal, and then you decided to take a personal attack at this man and his wife. So that's your fucking prerogative to deal with. You don't have the right. I mean, you're right, but you don't really have the right to throw that in his fucking face about freedom of speech. You're right, but you don't have the right in this context, in this situation, to talk about freedom of fucking speech and shit. And his feelings should be fucking hurt. Yeah, his feelings should be fucking hurt. You just said his wife should be raped and placed upon her fucking knees and put into submission. Over a tweet, over a fucking drawing. You fucking weirdo, you. But I'm done. I pass. These two dickheads down here, they fucking instigators, man. They some real motherfucking instigators, and they doing this way too fucking much. They brought this poor guy on the fucking show because they wanted to debate him on an intellectual basis and on and berate him for fucking ripping up the Quran and shit and whatnot. And real rap, they need to get the production value up, get them fucking earbuds out their fucking ears, get their own fucking headset. Homie up there left, AP, good guy. Keep doing shit.
My whole body fits inside of the box. Like, my whole body's inside the box.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
To be fair, this is actually standard among the Haditha debates.
What in the motherfucking Emily Rose are you doing? Yo, young boy, Mark. Oh my God, please. Young boy, you older than me. Matt, stop.
I'm inside the box. See, I'm the boy inside the box. I'm like Houdini. This is how Houdini did it. He got inside the box like this, and then he got out of it.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm completely inside of the box. This is the box. It's like very tight. It's like inside the box. I know.
No. Yo, Christ compels you, bro. What are you doing? You're possessed. You're possessed right now. There is no way you're really you. No, Matthew.
No, but it's cute. It's cute. I'm a battle kitty. I'm a
All
battle
right,
kitty.
fucking
Do things
battle
like this.
kitty.
I just
Oh
defended
my
everything
God.
by being stupid. I defended the whole fucking show. This is how the kitty fights.
Matthew, there's nothing really for you to defend here. Nobody's talking about Islam. No, there's
No, but I know, but I just not Islam. The people. I
This
made the
is-
people
this
feel better
is-
that I'm stupid.
This
And
is
you're
how
talking
you
about me now.
defend Islam, Matthew? You
Not
turn yourself
Islam.
into a human fucking pretzel for Muslims?
There's no reason to defend Islam. It's just people. It's just
Oh my God.
the Muslims.
Yo.
The Muslims feel better. I've been cute. I'm making the Muslims feel better. See, I can get inside the box. I know.
Sarah is
inside the box.
entertaining.
Oh my God.
Matthew, I don't know. Matthew, I wish I had your flexibility. I wish I had.
Okay, we're going back to the video. Matthew, you no. Just no.
The Muslims are saved not
It's great that it doesn't affect you. It's great. It's fantastic that it doesn't affect you.
What's your point by doing that?
But is this worse
So
than telling
lame.
people
So
that they should be?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is your
defense.
defense.
What
You
we're
ripped a
saying
piece of
is
paper again.
that you should be
No.
killed.
He's amused.
You brought it up. I'm
He's
just
thoroughly amused.
Let me tell you something. Let me
It's worse than telling people they should be killed.
well, Apis, listen. I'm telling you right in front of you.
Fuck up. Don't call me rapist, okay?
I can do whatever I like.
Relax, man.
Answer me a question.
They're triggered.
Answer me a question, Mama.
I'm-
You have talked enough. I have gave you the time to respond.
Why would
Answer
you
me one question.
7,000 miles away?
Answer me one question.
Go ahead.
Adam Saleh and Slim Al Bahir here were not convinced that this is the response. According to Islam, under an Islamic government,
Unqualified understanding of it. Yeah. You're not qualified, are you? Let's be honest. You don't have any training in Islam, do you?
Muhammad, shut the fuck up and let him answer
You don't have any training in Islam. Do you have any training in Islam?
according to Islam,
Are you only Christian?
Look at him, go! Look, oh, the camera's
right.
According to my understanding of Islam,
I'm asking you a
Look how
question. Can I ask you a question about the Islamic
They should
rules?
mute their
Yes,
mic.
Can I ask you a question?
educator, the question, yes.
You are an idiot. Can I ask you a question about the Islamic rulings according to my understanding? You don't even have the brain to think about this. I'm asking you a question about your Islamic rulings. According to the Islamic jurisdiction, according to Islam, according to the Islamic
Jurisprudence.
whatever, according to it's my third language. While you spend time going into answer the question, according to Islam, somebody who leaves Islam, i.e., me or other people, somebody who leaves Islam and makes it public that they have left Islam and explains to the public that they have left Islam and why they have left Islam. Is this person to be put to death under Islam?
Well, I've written a book on this. It's actually called
Just answer the question. You don't need to write a book about it.
I'm just want to put to you that I've written a book on this, which is actually my dissertation for one of my degrees, which I got a distinction in, and which was peer reviewed by two liberal people by my ad and given the distinction. So I think this will be a professional answer here, not like yours. My answer is this: it really depends on the situation. I'm not saying to you that Islam, the only ruling in Islam is that the person who is a public apostate is to be put to death. In fact, in the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a negotiation with Suhail ibn Amr, in that treaty, there was a clear parenthesis put in place, or a clause, a stipulation put in place, whereby apostates would be actually redirected or strategically relocated. For that reason, Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah and many of the scholars, in fact, from my reading, the majority of scholars say it's possible that a public apostate, and listen carefully, I'm answering your question directly, a public apostate, just like yourself, not just within the Western world, but within an Islamic state, is not actually put to death and is strategically located to another country, for example, a safe haven. And that is not despite the Islamic law, that is because of it. And the reason and the evidence of that is the Hadith in Bukhari, which is as you know, the most authoritative Hadith book, which stipulates this point on the Kitab of sorry, the hadith of Suhail ibn Amr. So in other words, what I actually recommend in my book, which is ironic, I say that in this day and age, my position is not that apostates, even in Muslim countries, this is my position, even in Muslim countries which claim to rule by Islamic law, I proposed in the book, yes, in the book, I proposed that it would be within the maslahah, the common interest of the Muslim people, yeah, to make peace treaties, the like of which was seen by the Prophet Muhammad himself, with non-Muslim countries, such that apostates in certain Muslim countries are not to be put to death, and in fact are strategically located to other non-Muslim countries in a way to protect their life. And in fact, if you go against such treaty, according to the scholars that I've mentioned, Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyya, al-Mirdawi, and others, who actually mentioned this very explicitly in their jurisprudential tracts, if you go against this, then that would be something which is seen as immoral because it goes against the contractual agreements. It says in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse 1, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud, oh you have believed, be faithful to your contracts. And that includes contracts with disbelieving nations, it includes contracts with non-Muslim nations, and so on and so on. So my position actually is this: if there is a country now that wants to rule by Islamic law, I do not think it within the common interest of that particular country to exercise that particular law of apostasy. I think it is within the full scope of the jurisprudential Islamic allowance, as well as the law, for that Muslim country to make a peace treaty with other non-Muslim countries such that there will be a strategic relocation. And that is my position on the matter. Yes, of course, in history, there have been times where there have been public apostasies, but in the book that I've written, and the capital punishment employed, but that's not the...
Okay. So if you didn't get that, he said it about 5-6 times. He's proposing that apostates shouldn't be put to death for apostasy. They should be interned and strategically exiled to countries where that's okay. What are your thoughts on that? Does that make that any better? For me, it does. I think, yeah, I bet being, kicked out of your fucking being deported and shit for it's definitely better than being put to death. Like you gotta get Mojab here. He's on to something. What do you think about that, Matthew?
Matthew's not even here for it.
What if the Battle Kitty was living in Saudi Arabia? What do you think?
Right. Oh man, they excommunicate him themselves. They excommunicate him also. But I definitely gotta say though, like I agree with him on that. Like, yeah, don't put him to death. Send him to another fucking country. Send him outside, deport him,
right the fuck out the country. Exile these motherfuckers and shit. Like Soviet Cold War era.
That's right. I wasn't expecting him to be like, no, they should be put to death immediately. I'm glad, that's his answer. It was very sound, pretty dope.
Yeah, he said in the beginning, 2 liberals peer reviewed this shit, so it's pretty good. Yeah, let's just exile the apostates. We don't have to put them to death anymore. It's against our common interests. Let's just, put them on a bus to the U.S. or to Turkey. Put them on the bus to the U.S. to Europe. So let's get our apostates and kick them out of the country.
Right. Let's get rid of them. You know what? They don't want to do our religion no more. All right, we don't have to keep them around.
Let's kick them right out.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Too. You guys want to be Muslims in Saudi Arabia. Let's not have any non-Muslims there.
Position that I think is most beneficial for the world today. And I think...
Yeah, we want all their apostates here in the U.S.
Historical analysis.
Yeah.
I did a historical analysis.
All the sinners.
America. And I looked at Turkey, which are countries.
Well, you are contradicting with the historical consensus in Islamic jurisprudence.
Well, actually, I've just mentioned to you. No, you're saying I'm contradicting it. I'm giving you evidence from.
It is very clear that you are
when there's no difference of opinion. I've just told you Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyya.
That's not what consensus
is. Zad al-Ma'ad, sorry. He mentioned the allowance for this. How can it be consensus?
The majority consensus is that apostates are to be put to death. Which is
you're forcing your worldview.
I am forcing. There are several countries. There are several countries in the world today that have this.
I'm not saying.
According to you,
listen. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm telling you what you don't want to hear. Maybe But I'm telling you, it's possible.
No,
yes,
you are being
Look
dishonest.
at the bottom.
Before, and you excuse.
As you know, I'm not shy to say something outrageous. I'm a wild character. If I want to, I'll say something outrageous.
I think
I have no problem. I'm telling you what it is.
We've seen the wild and outrageous things.
We've seen the wild beast of Mojab.
All of them agree with me. Yes, that actually it's completely conceivable and totally allowable within a Muslim nation that a Muslim nation does a peace treaty with a non-Muslim nation, and a public apostates that come out and say we are public apostates, we are against the Prophet Muhammad, we are against the, just like you, and even so on and so forth. Maybe not just like you actually, but someone who does all that stuff, and then they can be. What would happen to you? Well, it depends on what you want to do. If you are a public apostate and just
if I did exactly what I'm doing right now in the ideal Islamic country, what would happen to me?
Well, look, if you did what you're doing right now in an ideal Islamic country, I'm sure there will be vigilantes, okay, that will take the law into their own hands. There's a difference between what the civilians
you would be put to death
and what the law says. In an ideal Islamic country,
vigilantes would probably kill me.
It's like asking me if do you know this? There was a film called Die Hard 3. I used to watch films when I was younger. Die Hard with a Vengeance, and then Bruce Willis, he came with this poster saying "I hate niggers." Sorry to say the word, but he said "I hate niggers."
Good
and
movie.
He went to Harlem, Harlem, and then
the language, hijab, your language. How dare you say the N-word? Nah, you're right, bro. Knock yourself out. You use it in context. Hey, man. Could be worse. He could actually be calling black people niggas and shit. Wait, are you controlling the show via your feet?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yo, dude. That's hilarious. What the fuck?
At least I'm by myself here on a laptop. Like I've been taking notes from these young men at the bottom and shit with the high top fades. Like they're onto something. Like if you want to pocket, like we've been cracking jollies and shit at these guys, but we can actually learn something from them.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I can do the fucking show with my fucking big toe. I don't have to lean forward and look with my hand anymore. Like the camera.
Oh my God.
Come on, guys. This is 2021 out here. All right, we don't have to kill apostates anymore. We can just exile them to other. We can deport the little fuckers and put them in cages here in the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, shit, we did that. We wouldn't have refugees coming from Syria and shit.
Yeah. We just fucking put them in the cages. Right? They don't have to die. They can come live in the cages with the Mexicans.
Become burritos and shit.
You can watch Die Hard movies.
Aluminum foil blankets. I'm dead. Oh, man. Samuel Jackson's character in there was a Muslim.
Yes. Now, what is the point of this again?
I'm not going to tell you that if you were living in a Muslim majority place and you are ripping up the Quran in Pakistan or someplace, that you're going to be fine. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not talking about ripping up the Quran.
I'm talking to you about laws. I'm talking to you about what's conceivable.
That was my question. What about the law?
Yeah, the law. What I'm saying to you is, I've just told you what the law is.
You said.
Yeah. What I said from the law perspective is totally conceivable, as I've just mentioned, right? And you know what I've said is the book that I've written, which is called the public. Sorry, I can't remember. It's a
I can't remember the name of his book.
It's called critiques of the public.
He wrote this book.
That's the name of the.
Oh, he lost his little book.
How you not remember the name of the book you wrote?
Look at it, he lost his little book. He lost his little book. His face shot. Look at him down the bottom. Look at him.
And he's just wearing that one piece. Like,
what is it? His buddy left him. Oh, they're not quite the same.
It's not. They're not. It's terrible. I wonder what it's going to look like when he comes back. and picks up the other hairpiece. He just let it hang in his ear. Oh my gosh, and they have millions of subscribers. Who the fuck is following these assheads?
I don't even
Who's
know
following these guys?
I gotta fuck with these guys on Instagram.
Hell yeah,
they're giving
man.
me tips out of my show and shit.
Real shit, man. This is too fucking great. Thank you for the update, Justin. Greatly appreciate it.
I'm back.
Yes, thank you, Justin. Justin's our view counter. He does a better job than YouTube does.
Yeah, definitely.
The Battle Kitty's back, right?
Yeah, I'm back. The Battle
Yeah,
Kitty
what happened?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing, Battle Kitty?
I had to go and fill up my water job and then pee. And then
All right, we're going back to the video. There's 6 people here that did not come to see you. Let's go back to the video.
Liberal critiques to Ridda, okay? And this book, what I actually show historically is
so
this.
sad without his
I'm
little
sure
partner.
you're a Turkish-speaking person. You can actually access now online the majority of Ottoman archives, and a lot of it will be in Ottoman language. So it's actually not even in Arabic, but it's kind of Arabic script, but it's Ottoman Turkish, right? So we had a translator who looked at from the period of, say, Bazayed II, which is about 1517, all the way up to when the end of the Ottoman Empire. We looked at that, and we also looked at America. And what we found was quite intriguing, actually, because what we found is that there were some acts in America, for example, burning of flags, and so on and so forth, which were prosecuted by death. And I show you the case studies in the book. And so this was a symbolic act. It wasn't a military act. It was seen as treacherous and treasonous. And in the same way, there were some instances like that in the Ottoman Empire. What I found quite interesting, though, was that the Ottoman judges were way more reluctant to exercise apostasy laws. In terms of the primary source materials that is referenced in the book, and you can check it out.
You're beating around the bush so much right
you have
now.
access
I can't even.
maybe directly.
Let him finish.
So you can check out actually on an implementation level how much this was actually implemented. By the way, I'm not trying to say, and I want to make this very clear, I'm not trying to say that there is no such thing as the capital punishment in Islam for non-allegiance to the state, which is like ridda.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
it's a nuance.
there is maneuverability within the law, the scope of the law.
Yes.
So
It's
such
just a
that
nuance.
a hakim, if you like, a ruler, there's a scope of maneuverability there. And what I'm saying is, and this is not a reform position, it's not a liberal position, this is within the traditionalist discourse. And I think people like you should actually listen to people like me, because if I get my way, right, if I had my recommendation in place, then in fact the world would be, in your world, a safer place, in your understanding. So why are you trying to force me?
Do you condemn the killing of apostates?
Force me to want to kill you people like you. I don't want to
because
kill
I don't
you.
believe you.
Look, I
Do you-
I don't believe you. I like that. Straightforward, you know what I'm saying? Like that's I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Real shit. Especially being the fucking you wrote all these damn books and shit, and you can't remember the fucking title of the last book you wrote and shit. Like, come on now. I remember the title of books I haven't even written yet.
What the job says. It's not. What did he asked if they kill apostates or something, and he said, no, it's more nuanced than that. If I get my way, you all get exiled and deported. But he's not saying it's definitively like that. It's just a nuance. Whether you join the religion and leave, you get killed, you get exiled, it's a nuance, right?
He asked what happened.
Sometimes it's harsh. They're a little bit more reluctant to enforce the death penalty because there is still a death penalty. But, there are decisions that's debated. Well, maybe we don't have to give them the death penalty. Maybe we'll just exile them out of their country and
pack their bags for them, give them buy their plane ticket and kick them the fuck on out.
Yeah, and 20 minutes. So his question has been answered, I think, by now. Maybe it needs to get answered a little bit more. Let's find out.
Do you condemn the killing of apostates? Do you condemn it?
Yeah, because if you kill apostates now, there is no law
Wait.
and order.
So you condemn you condemn capital punishment for apostasy.
I absolutely condemn.
Do you condemn your friend Ali Dawa telling me that I should be punished to death?
I absolutely condemn the killing of apostates because that is completely against law and order. Apostates, listen, I say to you something. You know, there's a hadith, and we're talking about primary source materials now. Hudayfa bin Yaman, he's a Sahabi. He had a list of individuals who, for all intents and purposes, they were munafiqeen. They were people who had lost their faith. And the list of all of those individuals, including Abdullah bin Salul and others, those individuals, none of them were killed. Why? Even though all of them were not sympathetic to Muhammad. In fact, they went against him. None of them. Why were they not killed? The reason why they were not killed is because I put to you, and this is what As-Sarakhsi says, the Hanafi jurist.
Where did Mojab go?
Before liberalism was even invented, he wrote this. It's nothing to do with you changing your faith. Islam and Allah is not afraid of you changing your faith. You can change your faith all you like. We don't care because Allah will judge you on the day of judgment. We believe those who change their faith and become apostates, they will be in the hellfire and burning and all that stuff. We believe in eternal damnation. I mean, that's even worse than that for us. It's an eschatological reality. We say that this is nothing to do with you changing your faith. It's all to do, yes, with the allegiance or non-allegiance to a state. And if your bay'ah or the allegiance is premised on a theological reality, which is, yes,
and you believe that the state should be Islamic and everybody should be forced to pledge allegiance to the state, don't you?
No, I don't think that is any. Look, if it's a Muslim majority country, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if it's a Muslim
so what is the difference then? No, you believe that an Islamic state should be established?
I think if it's a Muslim majority country, then there's a democratic impetus for even on democratic worldview, for you to say, well, the majority are Muslim. If they want Islam, then surely on democratic principles, outsiders should have nothing to do with that.
So everything that you have said was just a complete waste of time because you believe that an Islamic state, because you believe that an Islamic state, an Islamic government should be established if the majority is Muslim, including
but the Islamic government shouldn't.
You, for example, want to spread Islam to the entire UK. So if the majority of the entire UK, everybody to,
I'm not saying that. No. Okay.
He put words in his mouth.
This is where we got a trap. This is where the trap comes in. He doesn't want to. He said, "No, I don't want an Islamic state. Just in the Muslim majority countries." They go to the America and the UK, and they pass out. They're trying to get more converts. The goal of getting more converts is to create a Muslim majority state.
Yep.
Therefore, all right.
They can enact their laws.
Yeah, man, become a
Muslim who are not even fucking Muslim, and then they're gonna be kicking people out. If they do this in the United States, they'll be kicking people out of the United States, according to Mr. Hijab and shit. And I'll have myself a free trip to fucking Canada.
It's unlocked.
Oh wait, no, Canada will be a communist country and shit in no time.
So they say yes, they want these laws in
the
Muslim majority countries. And
I'll go back to Africa if possible.
Inshallah, God willing, America to be a Muslim country, the UK to be a Muslim country.
Inshallah, that's what it would say on the back of our money and shit.
So we just think about it. Don't think too hard on this one, guys.
Man,
what do you think about that, Matthew?
Allah save the Queen.
What are we gonna do with Matthew? This motherfucker's going around claiming he's a prophet.
What?
Right. Come on, Mr. Anthony.
Thanks God.
This is your there.
What's about me?
This is your there. What do you think about?
I'm playing him.
All right, you know what? Fine.
All right.
This is not a let's play.
Let's roll this shit.
That's right, Sarah. Last landed are free.
Don't want an Islamic state in Britain. I'm not asking for an
So if I, for example, left Islam in that Islamic state and openly spoke about it and openly spoke against this religion, then I would be put to death, and you would.
No, I'm not saying you're put to death. I'm not saying you're put to death on the end.
Guy, like, you're making it seem like we want to kill you. No one wants to kill you. Like
playing the
no one wants to kill you.
I am not.
Bruh, you wanted to kill this guy.
We went full circle with these
I swear to
motherfuckers.
God, I don't care.
Right.
I swear.
Do you condemn?
It was like vehemently mad.
You are
about
aware
him ripping up the
You are aware that
Quran.
the majority of your fellow.
For that reason, you'll be eternally damned in the hellfire.
You are aware that the majority of your fellow Islamic scholars and apologists agree that apostates who make their apostasy open should be put to death, including your friends Al-Dawa, including Daniel Hikmet, including many others. We all agree on this. Do you think they are wrong and you condemn them for that?
Well, here's my belief. I believe that what they're saying is they're mentioning a classical opinion in the books of fiqh or jurisprudence.
They're saying it should happen. They're not mentioning.
Well, they're saying it should happen. My view is that if we actually have an Islamic state, and this is what I recommended in my book, it's in print. It's in print. Yeah, I'm saying that if there is an Islamic state, I believe that Islamic state should have.
What's the name of the book?
Treaty with a non-Islamic.
What's the name of the book?
Apostates, public apostates.
He doesn't know.
Don't need to be killed or are not killed at all. There's no harm done to them, and there's strategic relocation, and that is not despite the aqwal of the Prophet. It is because of the sayings of the Prophet, and the evidence of that is the fact that the Prophet ﷺ in Hudaybiyah, he actually had a peace treaty to that effect.
Is that without exception for all apostates?
Yes, all apostates will be.
You think no apostate should be killed? They should all be relocated to different countries.
Absolutely, that's my view. I don't think.
I appreciate that.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
I think that if you have there's considerable harm, as you know, on public apostates who apostatize in Muslim majority places. So those individuals should be relocated, in my view, to other non-Muslim countries, and that is not despite what the Prophet said.
I'll go to New Zealand.
It's because of what he allowed in the final peace treaty that he concluded with Suhail ibn Amr. And in fact, Ibn al-Qayyim in his discussion of this, and other scholars, I'm just mentioning Ibn al-Qayyim because it comes to mind, he says it's not abrogated. This is an unabrogated law. So if this peace treaty is in place, my view is that actually that should be what happens. Now, I've said this a few times.
I would like to reiterate this for the public, because I think this is very great news, because many other people, especially many of those
Netherlands, that's a good
Islam,
spot to go to.
Short sentences. So Mohammed Hijab here agrees that Mohammed Hijab opposes the general ruling of the killing of apostates, public and private apostates, and he agrees that if in an Islamic state, in an Islamic country, which a majority Muslim country should be turned into, then apostates should not be killed, but they should be forcibly relocated to other countries, which is still by definition genocide, but at least it is not death. So that is what you are agreeing with.
Genocide.
This is my definition of genocide.
It's not genocide. No, it's not genocide.
It is cultural. It is
It's not genocide.
No.
At least it's not genocide. It's just mass deportation.
You don't know what the definitions of them are.
It is by definition cultural genocide.
Yeah, that's not a genocide, guys. It's a mass deportation.
Mohammed Hijab believes that in an ideal Islamic state in the 21st century, that if there is a Muslim country, Muslim majority country that claims to rule by Islamic law, that such Muslim Islamic country should make a peace treaty or a contract with other non-Muslim countries, such that if a public apostates become apparent in the public sphere, that such public apostates are relocated, and he is basing this on the final hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, where he, the Prophet, allowed such thing to happen with Suhail ibn Amr, and where the scholars of Islam, and in fact you could even argue the majority of scholars, allow such thing. Muhammad Hijab is not saying it's not conceivable within an Islamic state, or it's not understood classically that there was such a thing, in the 1,400 years of Islamic history as public apostasy, punishments. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there's a maneuverability within the scope of jurisprudence, Islamic jurisprudence, which allows Muslims to actually make this a kind of contract. And I think that if Muslim majority countries make such contracts, that will decrease the ability of the non-Muslim enemy, yes, to be able to attack Islam and its peoples on the pretense of human rights. And I think.
Do you think it is not conceivable that there should be such a thing?
I don't understand the question. Sorry, could you repeat that?
You said you're not saying that it is not conceivable that there was such a thing in the history and in the past.
Yeah.
The killing of apostates. Do you also say that it is not conceivable that there should be such a thing in our time or in the future? Do you think do you think it is wrong, inconceivable, impossible?
I say that Muslim.
No, I know what you think. I know what you suggest. But do you think it is absolutely wrong and inconceivable that apostates, no matter what kind of apostate they are, should be
I haven't used the word inconceivable because inconceivable means not possible, right? So I'm just going to put this on plain. It means not possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not making an argument from conceivability. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm making a policy recommendation for Muslim majority countries, and I've made that. So
it's just a recommendation.
No, it's a recommendation based on the actions of the Prophet.
But that's all it is. So you would still, in the end, in the end,
actions of the Prophet.
Looking at the Islamic dawah scene, for example, the consensus is that the right thing to do is to put public apostates to death. If you are, but
so therefore
that is not part of the point. My point is, majority of people, for example, come together and think that the appropriate punishment for apostasy, public apostasy, would be death. So if people now come together and establish such a state, and they said this is the ruling that we should apply. Sorry, Mohammed Hijab, your suggestion is very nice, but we cannot do that because we agree to this. Do you think that is okay?
I've had conversations with policy officials in countries like Malaysia, and I've actually had the chance to influence their spokespeople. And I've given them these kinds of recommendations because, as you know, Brunei is a country that is nearby, and they look at that as an example because we're talking about maslaha and mafsada. Really, we're talking about what is in the common interest and what's not in the common interest. And this is something which many people like yourself, and on the other hand as well, Muslims, they don't understand. And I'm trying to educate everyone here that actually Brunei, when they attempted to put a full-fledged hudud laws, what happened to them as a country? They were under attack from all spheres, and they're too small to defend themselves. So how can they be a Muslim country? How can they do as much as they can do within the scope of the international, the waqā or the international environment, whilst at the same time being faithful to their Islamic position? I'm giving them a very reasonable and practical solution. I'm giving people countries like Brunei. What would you do with countries like Brunei when you have apostates in Brunei? If they're trying to kill, imagine trying to kill a public apostate in Brunei. I mean, just think about that for a second. What do you think America would do? I think they would threaten invasion. I believe that.
Of course.
Yeah. For that reason, I don't.
I never even heard of Brunei till now.
Anybody's interest.
Really, never heard of it? Oh, wow.
Look, this is what I want people to understand.
He's a fucking America phobe.
It's wide, okay? It's not black and white. It really is not black and white. I'm a traditionalist. You know that I'm a traditionalist. I'm not scared to tell you the most severe view of everything. But what I'm saying is Ibn al-Qayyim was Ibn Taymiyyah's student. I mean, Ibn Taymiyyah was the traditionalist, if you like. I'm a traditionalist. I'm telling you that this is fully in line. I want to confirm that what I'm saying is fully in line. But what I want people to understand, this conversation about apostasy now, I think we've done and dusted with it. If this is your strongest argument,
it is not an argument. This is because because you opened the topic.
When you thought, tell me what's your biggest objection against this?
So no, this is not what I presented. We came to this topic because they kept asking me about ripping up the Quran, which was
that's done. So what is
it is not done. It is not done. I have to remark something. So your entire we talked about this for 15-20 minutes, And the entire talk was about how relocating people was a recommendation that is in line with opinion, with traditional Muslim opinion in history. But
Prophet.
Okay, in line with it, but that this is just one of the options, that you would recommend this because you would consider this beneficial. But this is just one of the. But this is just one of the options. Whereas one of the other options is also that I should be put to death, for example.
My argument is this. My argument is that classic. No, please, let's not trivialize these issues. Stop making yourself the victim, because
I am not making myself the victim. I am in no danger. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Stop making yourself the victim, How dare you?
I'm not scared at all.
Unbelievable.
I don't think
you're an apostate.
You're an intellectual.
You're not allowed to do that. No, how dare
I don't think it makes sense for anybody to try and threaten you physically.
I am in no danger. This is not about me. This is ridiculous. It's not about me.
I'm not saying that we should be killing you. So what I'm saying now, look, at the end.
Well, it's just a recommendation. That's it. So we're done with the topic. It is a recommendation on your part, and that's it.
Headline for Twitter.
Mojab recommends that you be mass deported and not executed. We get it. We get it, for fuck's sake.
This is a branch, okay? Hudud and penal laws and so on is a branch of Islam. But really, we have to understand what the foundations are. The foundations of Islam is tawheed. It's the idea of one God worthy.
Yeah,
worship.
let's just ignore all the other stuff, right? Guys. It's just about peace.
The Prophet is the final messenger.
It's a religion about peace.
Come to that conclusion, okay?
Got a lot of peace in it.
You might otherwise feel
it's built on the foundation of peace.
Unworthy or aesthetically unpleasing and so on, will start to become more sensical. You see, so you have to start with the roots. So
we can come to that. We can come to that.
You've given me one question, and
we can come to that. Just the opening topic here.
We're supposed to start with the root.
You plant the seeds of peace, you get an Islamic state
at all
of a fucking tree.
Not even once.
I haven't said a word for the last like 15, 10, 20 minutes. We let you speak.
This is respect.
Adam Saleh is
let you speak for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, bro, we let you talk. Come on now. We're sharing the headphones here. We let you speak. We let you have your say, okay? Please. We have a TikTok video to make in the future, okay? In about 15 minutes. Can we just get this on? Don't say we're stopping you from talking here. You got your point out.
Let him speak for 20 minutes. When did that happen? Did I miss something here? Was that when Matthew was tied up in a pretzel when we were distracted by that?
Oh my gosh. They were like, they let
Hadiths, man. They don't view the same reality as we do.
No, they don't, because they sure as hell they gave Mr. Hijab all the fucking time in the world to talk and gas and blow gas.
That's an annoying question.
That's because they have to make their bed a certain way, and they don't like the way they make their bed. They don't like the way they make their bed, so everyone else has to do it.
Matthew doesn't even ramble that fucking long.
No, they have to make their bed this way.
Usually because we stop him.
They don't like how they have to make their bed. So, or to make them feel better, other people have to make their beds this way too, because they don't like the way they have to make their bed. They don't like to obey God. It makes them feel bad to obey God. Like, it doesn't make them happy. It makes them feel bad. So that
who are you talking about?
Else has to feel bad too, because I feel bad. Because it makes me feel bad after obey God. Everyone else has to feel bad too. I want you to obey God so that you feel just as bad as I do. That's how they live by. Like, if it makes me feel not good to obey God, then all I can do is make other people not feel good to obey my God too. Because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make me better than people. It doesn't make me feel more satisfied than people. So all I can do is make other people like just come down to my level. You gotta come down to my level and just have a pissy life just like I do. Mm-hmm.
You don't have a pissy life.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I have a vagina made of have sex with me. God favors me so much. He comes inside of me like a sexual way. God loves me so much. I'm Abrahamic. I'm a polytheist. Like for me, it's orgasmic. My relationship with God is orgasmic.
God comes inside of you.
Orgasmic. I'm being like
in a sexual way.
It's satire. It's satire about people who don't feel good because it's obedience. Obedience means like it doesn't feel good to obey, The only obedience means like you don't want to do it. To obey means you don't want to do it. Like anytime you obey, you don't want to do it. If it makes you happy, like in a romantic way, a man says, "I obey my wife because it's romantic, it's sexy." Or to obey is either sexy, like in a satiric, in like a poetic way, it's sexy to obey, or like you just say the word like it's obey, like it's sexy, or you don't want to do it. The obey means you don't want to do it, or the other way, the way the word means is that.
Battle Kitty 2021. Hashtag Battle Kitty.
Hashtag Battle Kitty.
Okay, back to the
Hashtag Battle
fucking
Kitty,
video.
right? That's the new hashtag. It's
The
all about me.
apostate prophet's been talking for 20 minutes.
I know. Hashtag
I
Battle
argued
Kitty.
at the beginning that it is absolutely inconceivable and completely
That is
wrong
what
to
the word
kill
obey
people for their
means.
beliefs, and
You
this
don't
is
wanna do
completely
it.
not Islamic.
Or
Whereas
it's
I don't know
sexy,
if you can
like,
follow.
or
I don't
sexy.
think you
It
have
has two meanings. You can do one or
follow
the other.
10% of what Muhammad
Do I hear
said.
Matthew rambling over the fucking video?
But Muhammad Hijab basic. But Muhammad,
Question.
Matthew, you're
What
worse than
is-
a
You've given me one question. I think that's fair.
you have just told me.
You
You
gave me
have
one
just told me
question. I
that you
think
always
that's
let me
fair.
speak, and now
You're trying to get a clickbait title of Muhammad Hijab or Adam and Slim. Like it's just we're talking here.
Yeah,
You
no,
need that.
no,
Don't worry. You should
Have a leave the hate aside. Leave the hate aside.
Look, we're giving you the floor. What we're saying is Islam. Look, you have to understand Islam from the beginning. Islam is a religion.
I will not argue theology with you. I will not argue. that with you.
It's not about arguing. We're talking here. It's not an
No,
argument.
I will not talk about theology here. Muhammad Hijab. It is theology. It is basic theology. I made a very clear offer to you. I said, if you want to exchange opinions on whether Islam, on whether,
My question,
man, why don't you just let me speak?
They gave you 20 minutes.
Yeah,
They gave
right.
you 20 minutes.
You're right here.
I
You
made
don't deserve any more.
If you want to talk about whether Islam is the truth or not, then we can
You shut up
unite
and listen.
Talk on a
They're
third-party
asking the
platform
questions here.
where none of us is.
What you want to say?
Jesus Christ. Then we can talk on a platform where none of us is in charge, where nobody can interrupt each other like this, so that we can freely talk about why you think Islam is the truth and why I don't think Islam is the truth.
Well, there's no
And
need to go through all of that. Look,
why not? That is the fairest, most professional way to have a debate.
Platform. This is a big platform.
You don't want to have a debate with me.
America.
This is the biggest platform of these fucking jokers.
You're refusing to have a
This is
fair
over there
debate.
like millions of followers watching
You're
them
using
scramble
that-
to get the camera set up.
So this is the fourth time that you are refusing to have a debate with me
No,
and
I'm
making excuses.
We're still arguing.
We're waiting for the debate. We're waiting for him, man. I got my pop.
No.
Come on, man.
I made a very clear offer. I will not.
All right, if y'all want him to have the debate, then you two
I
be
am
quiet.
going to,
Shut the
because you're
fuck up
being-
down
you're
there.
acting-
This
you're
is a
acting very
debate in Hadith.
So you're scared of the topic.
Look,
You are scared of the topic.
No,
Of course.
Look at them make out. Oh! He's able to get
But it
that
will
cheek.
prove a point.
He
to the
almost
point.
touched him
I'll
with
tell you
his
the truth, I don't think I'm-
nose. Dude's nose, though.
you know.
I think you are.
That nose.
I think you are. I think you are.
Okay,
And
fine.
I think you're scared. I don't.
think I'm scared. It doesn't matter because that's
I know.
we're having a fight.
the scared one hasn't said his argument though. You didn't say your argument.
Engagement.
You know, scared one.
It does.
I
It
gotta
doesn't
throw
make,
these
it doesn't
dudes
make
into the
Islam
title for
false. But that is the entire point. We should be able to come together and properly have a fair debate on whether Islam is the truth or not. It's not about
discussion now. We're having a discussion now. So all I'm saying is, look, I'll be very straightforward with you. There's 4 things I would say about Islam being the truth. I'm not even going to go through maybe 3 things, yeah, for the sake of argument. We say number 1, the argument from God. Tawheed, we say that there's only one God.
Hey, you know what this is?
I'll put it to you now.
There will be people watching this stream because I am here who will normally not watch this stream. What is happening here is that by not letting me speak and only you speak, you will clearly make it look like you are making a big point and I cannot make a point. Because you do not let me respond. So you cannot use it.
Oh come on, AP. Just let the man talk. Dear Lord, you had your day.
They gave you 20 minutes.
Leave the hate out, brother. Leave the hate out your heart. Take the hate out your heart.
I deliberately said.
Take the hate out your heart.
Said we should have a fair debate about this.
Don't be an SJW, Mr. Don't victimize yourself.
Islam makes a case.
Right. How dare you?
For itself. Okay, it makes a case for itself. We say that there's only one God worthy of worship. That all conceptions of God, other than the Islamic ones, if you look at the 6 major world religions, are actually incompatible with logic and incompatible with the predisposition. Number 1. Number 2, we say that look, the Quran itself has falsifications classification challenges. It actually says if you believe that this book is from other than God, then please try and find it. Oh, you would have found in it many contradictions.
I have shown many of them.
Challenge there to try and find contradictions in the Quran.
I have falsified the Quran on very high levels.
Now, that's fine. The inimitability challenge is to try and produce something like the Quran, which means that it has to go within the scope of, it has to do exactly what the Quran has done, which includes, by the way, telling the future, because the Quran speaks explicitly about future events, like chapter 30, verses 1 to 6.
And it is wrong.
And yes, in many other places of the Quran, like chapter 24, verses 55 and onwards.
So yes, it is wrong about that.
Explicitly about future events, and it does so accurately, even according to Western philosophers. And
what about the 60 scientific mistakes of the Quran?
What I'm saying to you is, if number one, you said that you found contradictions in it. So my challenge to you now is to try and find a contradiction.
Do you think the stars are missiles thrown at devils, for example?
Well, chapter 67, verses 1 to 5. You know where it says, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءِ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ
Please tell me that's not a belief from
وَجَعَلْنَاهَا
Islam.
لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. First of all, it says, you know, if this is your strongest argument, let me answer it.
No, it's not.
Well,
I will not make my strongest argument. I'm throwing rocks at you. I want you to answer this.
Okay,
Since we're not abiding by rules, go ahead.
وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءِ الدُّنْيا. So the Quran says in chapter 60, I think verse 3 or 4, 67, sorry.
5, 67, 5, I believe.
Yeah, 67. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءِ الدُّنْيا بِمَصَابِيحَ. We have certainly adorned the heavenly realm with stars. وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. And we have made it a pelting thing for the devils. Now, what is, first of all, masabih? So there's a difference of opinion. Some they say it's meteorite, some they say stars, and says rujuman leishat, and we have made it as a pelting things for the devils. So it's saying that devils, because if you look at chapter 37 of the Quran and other parts in the very first 5 chapters, verses, sorry, you'll find that the sama' dunya, or the heavenly realm, is adorned with stars, has many functionalities of them to try and find your way, as the Quran says, of them so it can go around in orbits, as the Quran says. And by the way, the Quran says in chapter 25 that there are many suns, because it says, تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ فِي السَّمَاءِ بُرُوجًا.
No, it does not.
Pardon?
What does it say that?
Yeah, it says in chapter 25, تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ فِي السَّمَاءِ بُرُوجًا وَجَعَلَ فِيهَا سُرُجًا munira. There's two qira'ahs. One qira'ah says sirajan munira and surujan munira. So
what chapter, what verse?
I can't remember the verse here, but this you can just check.
Well, yeah, well, you can't remember the titles of your books you've written either.
Well, I've
but,
just
you know,
quoted it in the Arabic, so you can just why is it most definitely untrue? I've just told you in the Arabic because I don't know the verse number. Sorry, I don't know the verse numbers. I haven't memorized the verse numbers. I've memorized the Arabic. So تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها. There's two qira'ahs. One of them is Siraj and Munira, and there's another one Suraj and Munira. The Siraj and Munira means a shining lamp, and Suraj and Munira means many stars. So a shining lamp means a star, and many suns, one sun and many suns. So in other words, the Quran says that there are many suns. The cosmic picture of the Quran, therefore, is that there are many suns, many solar systems, because suns are accompanied with solar systems, and that they have many functionalities. Of them, there is a metaphysical thing which we can't see, which is that the Quran, that the stars or the celestial spheres, they actually pelt the devils or the jinn, because we believe in this this creation called the jinn. We haven't created the jinn and the human beings except that you worship. So these celestial bodies actually pelt them. How can you falsify that? I don't see the issue. But
well, you have failed to give me
something which is seen as the cosmological picture of the Quran is not something which I would say is out of line with 21st century understandings.
You have not given me any proof. It is a very big claim to claim that that the Quran actually describes many suns or many stars.
You said it in chapter 5. You just said it. Why don't you check?
Yeah,
you don't give me
chapter 25. What did he say?
I'll get it now. Sorry, let me just get a few now.
What, the verse that he was reading about
English,
the stars being flung
at
the demons and shit?
الذي جعل. Okay, good. This is verse.
You just said it. I don't know. I'm gonna look for it, but
verse 61. Chapter 25, verse 61.
Chapter
There's two
25
qira'ats.
or
There's one
61. Let's see this shit. Quran 25:61. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Al-Furqan 25:61. Blessed is he who has placed in the sky great stars and placed therein burning lamp and luminous moon. What? I got all the translations right here. What is he trying to say this says?
Now, AP's made the statement that they believe that stars are missiles being thrown at demons and shit. That the stars in our sky, that's what they are. They're missiles being thrown at demons or being pelted.
What does that have to do with the price?
I have
This
no
is
clue.
this is what the fucker says right here. Burning lamp, the sun. Here's what the fucking. We got all the translations right here. You see that shit? Let's start this bitch up. Full screen. Okay. Blessed is he who has placed in the sky great stars and placed therein a burning parentheses lamp and luminous moon. Blessed be he who hath placed in the heaven mansions of the stars and hath placed therein a great lamp and a moon giving light. Blessed is he who made constellations in the skies and placed therein a lamp and a moon giving light. Blessed is he who made the constellations in the heaven and made therein a lamp and a shining moon. Blessed is he who has established constellations in the sky and made therein a lamp and shining moon. Blessed is he who has placed in the heavens big stars and placed therein a great lamp, sun, and a moon giving light. Blessed is he who has set the heaven constellations and a sun among them a lamp and a illuminating moon. Now, what is this supposed to prove again?
I have no idea.
This is caused by there's a lamp, the sun, and many stars. Like, isn't the sun one of those stars? Like, this is not gonna go over well.
Nah. The sun is definitely the lamp.
I'm lost, son. What are we trying to? What is this? These stars are to pelt the jinns?
That's what AP was alluding to, and I think Hijab almost kind of backed him up on that. But hey, listen, I'm getting a bit woozy here. I'm getting a bit tired. Do you think we can do like a part 2 of this?
That's probably what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because we'll leave it on that note. This is cosmology according to the Quran, that there's a big lamp in the sky with a bunch of stars, constantly. All the translations say different things. He put a big lamp and a luminous moon, and then a bunch of stars, and they're distinguished from the lamp and the moon.
Homie's eyeballs in the bottom. Those are some big ass lamps. His fucking ears are some big ass fucking lamps, and his eyes are like 2 luminous moons. Oh my god, that was a lot to take in. Holy fuck.
Yeah, we're at we'll do this other fucking half. Right, we'll do the other half. We're an hour in, and this shit's already fucking ridiculous. Getting lectures from fucking Hijab and shit. We'll get another lecture next week. We'll do the part 2 next week.
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. We can do it next week. Do like a.
Are we done?
You got anything to say, Battle Kitty, before we go out?
I made good points. I don't know what to say. we're gonna do less Muslims, or we're gonna keep doing Muslims? Are we gonna do atheists? Are we gonna do atheists?
It's probably gonna be Muslims because they're the most relevant, and it's not Muslims, you fucking idiot.
It's people we know.
This is a public service announcement from Debate the Facts. We do distinguish Quran-only Muslims from Hadithers. I've said that many times before, and I guess I have to say it again until these Islamophobes get it. Now, what is it? What were you saying, Battle Kitty?
Okay, we only do it to Hadithers. Okay, the Hadith is... Oh, I made my points earlier. Can I wrap up my points? The Hadith is about something like... The real Hadith is like supposed to train you to pick up the law. This thing is not constant. It's not a constant that way. Like it actually works. Okay, you feel it moment to moment. It's like then you would pause and it's supposed to train your observation. Like you would hesitant and you would look over things observingly and you would notice what God wants to show you. If you want, for you to get what God wants you to notice, you have to train yourself in like a restriction way, like a restraint way, and that's like a simulation of like the restraint way. And like the thing about obedience, it's not obey, because obey is like, I'm just wrapping up saying
obey
again.
season.
Obey is like you don't want to do it, but there's another way you could look at that. Like the Prophet Muhammad, or like anyone that's like a big time person that's like able to lead people, like a big way. It's like it's sexy. Obey is like a sexy thing. It's sexy to obey. Like think about how you feel. It's like I want you to feel good about me. You feel good about me is my plan. When you feel good about me, that's my pleasure. I have pleasure when people feel good about me, and all this is God. I pleasure when God feels good about you. When God feels good about you, it's not like oh, big out, but it's feel good about me, God. I want you to feel good about me. I want to wait like you feel good about me, God. You got me on your belly. You have to have pleasure in this lay on your belly. And the philosophical way, lay on your belly. There's a more philosophical in love. There's prayers like philosophical is about yourself. Philosophical is the prayer about like what's right and what's this and what's that. Philosophical is about yourself. Not other people don't pray about other people. God's like not going to get an asshole about other people's business. It's about yourself. You're going to learn something. It's about your own nature. This is about how can I help